Okay, to balance it off.
Yeah.
Ya la 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 la. Ya ya la 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 la. Ya la la ya la ya la la la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la la ya la ya la la la. La ya la 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 la. Ya la la ya la ya la la la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la la ya la ya la la la. Lam Hesed Yivane. Ya la la ya la ya la la. Oh, Lam Chesed Yivane. Ya la la ya la
Come on,
ya la la la.
let us hear you. Join us. Join us.
Oh, Lam Chesed Yivane. Ya la la ya la ya la la la. We're going to build a world of compassion. Oh, Lam Chesed Yivane. Ya la la ya la ya la la la. Olam Chesed Yibane. Ya la la ya la ya la la la. Olam Chesed Yibane. Ya la la ya la ya la la la. Olam Chesed Yibane. Ya la la ya la ya la la la. Olam Chesed Yibane. Ya la la ya la ya la la la. Olam Chesed Yibane. Ya la la ya la ya la la la.
Shabbat Shalom. I want to start by sharing two little vignettes that I recently heard and then connect it to the last bunch of weeks for me. There's a little story about John F. Kennedy, JFK. The first time he went to Washington, D.C., he spent a little bit of time there, and he was quoted as saying that Washington, D.C. is a combination of northern charm and southern efficiency. Good. Okay. You get the idea, the gist of it, exactly. Right? Why is that funny? Because when we think about the good that comes from the south, we think about more about charm, less about efficiency. When we think about the good from the north, more about efficiency and less of charm. JFK was making a joke, being cute. He saw Washington, D.C. as having northern charm and southern efficiency. Another little story, vignette. George Bernard Shaw had a friend, a well-known actress dancer. Her name was Isadora Duncan. Maybe you know this story too. Do you know this? Who knows the story I'm about to tell? It's very short. Anyone? So they were at some gathering, a party, and Isadora Duncan said to him, George, with my great beauty and your brilliant mind, we could have amazing children. Why don't we have a child or two? Yeah, I got it. Okay. Oh, yeah. We're working on our mics. Anyway, so Isidore Duncan says, with my great beauty and your great mind, we could have amazing children. To which George Bernard Shaw says, well, that's true, but what if our child had your mind and my looks? So these two little vignettes, which are connected actually for someone named Isaac Breitowitz, Yitzhak Breitowitz, and who, I don't know, he's a really thoughtful guy. It makes me think of an experience I had this summer, actually just a couple days ago, last week. Tara and I were in Halifax, and I got to see a teacher and friend. Some of you know of him, Levi Lauer. Levi Lauer, who made Aliyah to Israel 40 years ago and has lived there for many, all this time, and a very important teacher and friend of ours. And he sort of summers, as it were, in Halifax. We get to see him there when we don't get to see him in Jerusalem. And he and I always have these very intense debates about Israel. And interestingly, at the end, he said, the thing is, Mayor, our opinions are our values are really tied up, very connected and close to each other's. But you always see the good, and you always see the light, and I see the dark. And so I want to come to the end by emphasizing this idea that I've spent a whole bunch of weeks in this summer, first in Amsterdam with Adina, and then in Jerusalem for almost 3 weeks with Adina, and a little bit with Tara. We overlapped a few days, and then in Halifax. And in each of these places, there's so much to see. There's so much dark. Maybe there's nothing dark in Amsterdam, but people who live there probably feel like there's some stuff to criticize. But certainly in Israel, it's how we experience place and how we experience our days is, a little bit a reflection of some truths, but mostly a reflection of who we are as individuals. And I just want to say that, for me, I feel incredibly lucky because I happen to be constructed with a bunch of genes, or I don't know, whatever I got from up above and from my parents that enables me, or just kind of by science, chemistry, I see so much hope and possibility and goodness in Israel, despite all of the things that are happening that are challenging. And to my both credit and probably discredit, I somehow don't find myself drowning in all of the struggles that we have here, even though there's good reason to feel like we're drowning in what's going on here. So, I hope I bring you back to these two stories with JFK. Do we experience the southern charm, the northern efficiency, or the opposite, or do we imagine ourselves like Isadora, what's her last name again? Duncan, or George Bernard Shaw? To some extent, to a large degree, I think it's probably determined by our chemistry. But I would say that Shabbat is about helping us to, one, celebrate our chemistry when it works the way we want it to, and two, work to go beyond our chemistry if we feel like that would be in our best interest as well. So all of that leads us to lighting the Shabbat candles, which I think is that message, for us to celebrate the light that comes naturally, and to help us to know that we have to create it sometimes if we want to have a world, experience a world that's a little brighter.
And so, actually, I haven't given you any warning, but I'm wondering if Debbie and Paul, if you might come up to light the candles. I'm thinking this is about the light that we can see. It's also about really the light that comes from inside. I want to acknowledge the loss of your seeing eye dog this week, our beloved companion. And when we light the Shabbat candles, come on up, we acknowledge we're not alone. All our helping partners with us, a light that shines. So come on up. We're on page 2.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu l'chadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Amen.
Amen.
Amen. We continue with Yedid Nefesh on page 10. Nefesh av harachaman, Yedid Nefesh av harachaman, Meshoch avdecha, Ya la 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 la, Eretz zonecha. Meshoch avdecha, Ya la 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 la, Eretz zonecha. Third line. Yarutz avdecha, Kemo ayal, Yishtachave ya la la, Ya la 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 la, El muladarecha. Yishtachave ya la la, Ya la 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 la, El muladarecha. Page 12, L'chuna Ranana. L'chuna Ranana, L'Adonai, Nahariya, Letzur Yishenu. L'chuna Ranana, L'Adonai, Nahariya, Letzur Yishenu. Nekadma Fanav B'toda B'zmirot Nari Halom Yakune Ranena L'Adonai Nariya Letzor Yishenu. Adonai Oz is on page 19. At the bottom, last two lines. Adonai Oz le'amo yiten Adonai yivarech et amo. Adonai Oz le'amo yiten Adonai yivarech et amo. Shalom. Shalom. Adonai Oz le'amo yiten Adonai yivarech et amo. Adonai Oz le'amo yiten Adonai yivarech et amo. I kind of like when things end on an unresolved chord. Isn't that our lives? And Shabbat says to us The chord is not entirely resolved. I didn't finish all those things. And I'm going to put them in the corner of my desk in a neat pile as if I finished them. And I'm going to say, enough. Lecha Dodi, page 20. La 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 la, lecha dodi likrat kala, pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala, pnei Shabbat nekabela. Verse 1, Shamor v'zachor b'diborecha. Hishmi'anu el hamiuchad. Adonai echad u'shemo echad l'shem ultiferet ve'litilah. Lecha dodi likrat kala, pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala, pnei Shabbat nekabela. Verse 2, likrat Shabbat v'lechu nevnacha, ki hi mekor habracha. Merosh mikedem nesucha, sof maaseh b'machshava techilah. Lecha dodi likrat kala, pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala, pnei Shabbat nekabela. Verse 5, hitoreri, hitoreri, ki va'orech kumi ori. Uri, uri, shir daberi, kevod Adonai alaik nigla. Lecha dodi likrat kala, pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala, pnei Shabbat nekabela. Verse 9, if it's your custom to rise, please do so. Boi v'shalom ateret be'ala, v'shalom v'hamidenu shomreinu, shomreinu lechaim, hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu Shalom, v'hamidenu shomreinu, shomreinu lechaim. Ufros aleinu, sukat shlomecha. Ufros aleinu, sukat shlomecha. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leShalom, v'hamidenu shomreinu, shomreinu lechaim.
You know, do you ever leave services and think to yourself, like, was it worthwhile? how do I know when it's been worthwhile? How do I know when something has happened that, oh yeah, wow, this one moment. So it just happened for me. It just happened. I mean, there have been many moments, but it just occurred to me. I don't know how, you don't have to raise your hand, but I'm guessing there are a few of us in this room who take something like Ambien. Maybe one or two of us. Whatever, you don't have to out yourselves, but I mean, I have my prescription of Ambien. But, actually, we as Jews have had an Ambien prescription for at least 1,800 years. I know this is such a cool thought. It's such a cool thought. We really, Hashkivenu Adonai. What is it saying? What is it saying? I mean, it's cute, but it's really serious, genuine. I don't know if it's serious. You can decide if it's serious. Genuine. Hashkivenu, lie us down, lay me down. Hashkiv, to lay me down. The suffix nu at the end is us. Lay us down with a sukkot shalom, a sukkah, a tent, a covering, a sense of protectiveness of shalom. What is it I need in order to fall asleep at night? Ambien, darn it. I mean, that's kind of what Ambien, in a chemical way. You guys are laughing. I missed the joke, but that's okay. It happens often.
I did too.
Anyway,
I don't know.
I hope you get it. The idea is maybe I'm thinking about this because I, for the first time, heard somebody say, it's not so good to take it every night. I've had doctors, no problem, take it, doesn't matter. But I read something, might have even been in a well-known newspaper, don't take it every night, which suggests try to find a way, an inner Ambien, and our own resource within that provides that je ne sais quoi that helps us. Renee, why are you shaking your head? Before what? True. You're right. Okay, so you're teaching us the meaning of the Hashkivenu. You are. Okay.
If we're able, revise for the Amidah in 46. Adonai sifatai tiftach ufi yagid tehilatecha. Adonai, he open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei avoteinu v'imotzeinu Elohei Abraham Elohei Yitzchak Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel Elohei Leah האל הגדול, הגיבור והנורא, אל עליון, גומל חסדים טובים, וקונה הכל, וזוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם, למען שמו באהבה. מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם ועזרת שרה. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיי הכל אתה רב להושיע, מוריד הטל, מכלכל חיים בחסד, מחיי הכל ברחמים רבים, סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר. מי כמוך בעל גבורות ומידה מלך, מלך ממית ומחיה ומצמיח ישוע, ונאמן אתה להחיות מתים. ברוך אתה אדוני
מחיי
hakol.
המתים.
42. אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקדושים וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלה. ברוך אתה אדוני, ברוך אתה אדוני, האל הקדוש, האל הקדוש. We continue on our own in silence, seated or standing, as is your custom. When you're completed the Amidah, you may, of course, be seated. Our prayers continue through page 62. We now turn to page 253 for Misha Berach, and as we pass through the aisles, if anyone you're thinking of is in need of healing, you can mention their name as our gaze meets yours. (253) shebeirach avotenu mekor habracha leimotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Mi shebeirach imotenu mekor habracha leavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen. I think any Jewish people that vote for a Democrat, it shows either a total lack of knowledge or a great disloyalty. As we are well aware, this past week our president spoke these words, the reactions to which were and remain emotional, because there is frightening historical resonance when it comes to questioning the nature of Jewish loyalty. An old trick, and one that should not be glossed over or ignored, especially as the tide of anti-Semitism rises around us. Words matter, for they are among the most potent ingredients, not only of democracy, but of any intentional life path. So it is with this thought, an emphasis on focusing on language, that tonight I will explore the concept, the construct, not of disloyalty, but of loyalty, through a Jewish lens. According to Judaism, what is loyalty? And why does it matter? If you look it up in a Hebrew-English dictionary, well, in mine, which is very tattered, find two words under loyalty, ne'emanut and also loyaliut. Hebrewish. Get it? Loyaliut. But to me, the deepest and most central word that we have for loyalty, this is my opinion, is the word brit. And for me, this week was marked by the concept of brit. And not so much because of our president's remarks, but because of my experience with two beautiful infants. On Wednesday, the son of Dan and Debbie, Derek, Eliyahu ben Daniel v'Devorah, we welcomed him into the covenant with a Brit Milah. And then just yesterday, I stood a witness in the Beit Din as little Ella Elizabeth, not even 2 months old, entered the waters of the mikveh. She will formally receive her Hebrew name tomorrow. Stay after Torah study for Shabbat morning services. It will be beautiful. So both of these children entered the brit of Jewish life, a covenant of loyalty between them and our people, themselves and our tradition. So what do these two ceremonies share? A Brit Milah and the Tevilah, entering the waters of the mikveh. One thing that strikes me as I think about them is that both rituals are intensely physical. So we learn that loyalty, that a brit, it's not just theoretical. It's something you do. Additionally, both rituals contain that element of risk. At a Brit Milah, we all quietly hold our breath. I'm thinking about how it was as a mother to give my son over to the moil. And that tender moment, he was still a part of my very body. And it's the same at the mikveh. I explained to the mother, okay, you have to hold her a little bit out from your body and then blow in her face so she won't breathe and then put her under the water and you have to let go for just a nanosecond. I promise she'll be fine. To enter into an act of loyalty, of brit, of covenant, is to take a risk. It's to offer up that which we hold most dear in faith and in trust, and to give ourselves over to something that we might not yet fully understand. In other words, loyalty requires that we lean in and that we let go. Maybe a little bit like my jumping off that Nova Scotian rock. We need to look no further than the opening verses of this week's Parsha, Ekev, to see another example of brits, of loyalty. V'haya ekev tishma'un et hamishpatim ha'ele v'shamartem v'asitem otam. If you will really hear and observe the mishpatim, these mishpatim, I'm reading from your little sheet if you all got it. Ushmartem, and will you guard them? Ba'asitem, and do them. V'shamar Adonai Elohecha lecha et habrit. Then God says, I'll guard my brit. I'll be loyal to you. Ve'et hachesed, and my loving kindness, asher nishba lavotecha, that I promised to your fathers. So, just looking at your little sheet, I'm curious, do any insights about loyalty, about covenant arise? Maybe it's a leading question. I sort of bolded some words. But if we're looking for clues about loyalty and that underlined word in the second line, the brit, the bris, what does it mean to be loyal? Any thoughts? Yeah. Obligation, the association of an oath, an obligation. Asher nishba Adonai, making a promise. Again, we see the active words. Va'asitem, you're doing them, you're guarding them. Shamar, shomer Shabbat, it's something you guard. Chesed, what's that? That second to last bolded word. Kindness. There's something about kindness in loyalty. Loyalty is about leaning into kindness. And what are the mishpatim? They're not all the ritual laws, light candles, keep kosher. Mishpatim are the ethical, moral laws about tzedek, about how we teach each other, how we treat each other. So when we're thinking about loyalty, we're thinking about action, we're thinking about loving kindness, we're thinking about morals and ethics, all of those things. I have a strong association with that last word, nishba. Our son Gavi got his tzav rishon. It's when their first interview with the IDF. And they start to, what are your skills? What do you know? He's like, Ima, I have so many health problems. Don't worry. And so I'm thinking ahead. I'm sorry, I can't help it. And when he's done his training, he will stand and he will take an oath. And he will shout with his fellow soldiers, Ani nishba, over and over. He will take a Tanakh in his hand and he will say that oath. But wait, okay, that's my association, but who's saying the oath in this verse in front of you? God. So here we see something interesting. That, of course, loyalty is a leap, and it's twofold. We're waiting for the answer. We're going to try really hard, but what about the other side of the deal? That's what loyalty is about. Okay, so we looked at this week's Parsha, thinking about Israel, thinking about the United States. Rabbi Jonathan Sachs offers this insight. In the 1830s, when Alexis de Tocqueville, am I pronouncing that correctly? A French diplomat visited the U.S., he saw that its strength lay in what Tocqueville called the art of association, the tendency of Americans to come together in communities and voluntary groups to help one another, rather than leaving that task to centralized government. In his masterwork called Democracy in America, Tocqueville explains that if people exist only for themselves, leaving the pursuit of the common good to the government, then democratic freedom will be at risk. So according to Tocqueville, the brit of democracy, the loyalty to a democratic society, depends upon our leaning in smaller circles of association, as he calls them. Lots of similarities with what we've said. To lean in to your neighbor requires activism. It requires chesed. It requires a moral sense. And putting your money where your mouth is. Ekev is the name of this week's Parsha. It literally refers to the heel. Ekev. If you do this, this will come on the heels, says God. I'm going to come through for you. Someone want to read that second part of the verse? Go for it, Mayor. Just the English.
God will favor you and bless you and multiply you. God will bless the issue of your womb and the produce of your soil, your new grain and wine and oil, the calving of your herd and the lambing of your flock, in the land that God swore to your fathers to assign to you.
So, that sounds really good. But each of us has moments of wondering if God is going to come through for us, right? Ekev. Is it going to happen? I think that's the preciousness of Brit. It's the preciousness of loyalty. We don't know for sure, and we do it anyway. I cannot help but think of JFK's inaugural address. And so, my fellow Americans, ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country. Rosh Chodesh Elul begins a week from tonight. The butterflies have already started. You think 20 years into the rabbinate it would stop. But Elul, this month of intensive spiritual preparation, Aleph, Lamed, Daled, Lamed. That's how you spell the month. And it can be an acronym too for that beautiful verse from the Song of Songs. Ani ledodi v'dodi li. I am my beloved's, and my beloved is mine. What greater statement of loyalty, of covenant, of brit. So I offer a prayer as we get ready for Elul. Don't worry, you have a week before the Teshuvah business starts. This is a time to push aside disloyalty, to think about how we choose our words, to be examples of choosing wise words no matter what we find around us. This is a time to lean into the covenants we have, the loyalties to our planet, to our nation, to our local community, to our synagogue, to our family, our covenant with ourselves. Elul is a time when we pledge ourselves to be active doers. Elul is a time when we pledge ourselves to embrace chesed and to take leaps of faith. I close with selected verses from a poem, Disloyal Jew by Rabbi Irwin Keller. I am a loyal Jew. I am loyal to the inconveniences of kindness. I am loyal to the dream of justice. I am loyal to this suffering earth and to all life. I am loyal to the children who will come and to the quality of the world we leave them. I am loyal to what America could be, to freedom and welcome. I am loyal to holiness, to hope, and to love.
We rise for Elena on 282. Elena l'shabeach ladon hakol latet gedula leotzer breshit shehu notei shamayim v'yoser haaretz u'moshav yikaro b'shamayim mima'al u'shchinatu zo b'gavei meromim hu Eloheinu einod אנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא 287 ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ יום ההוא ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו 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 Please be seated. And as always, we remember loved ones before concluding this week. Not yet laid to rest, but we're thinking about Gary Stone's father, Gary and Jane and Rachel and Ben, their grandfather, James Stone, who'll be laid to rest Sunday it is. We remember as well those whose yortzeit fall on the Shabbat. Their passing, the anniversary of their passing is this week. If I read the name of a loved one, please rise. Simon Grolnick, Dr. Simon Grolnick. Phoebe Abelo. Irving Fabricant. Arnold Goldstein. Harry Jacobson. Zoya Leveeva, Murray London, Frida Lubert Fishman, Albert Schott, Bill Gold, Sheldon Ripka, Herbert Plain, and Helen Rothberg. If you're here remembering someone whose name is not on the list, you'd like to rise and share their name. Yep, yep. Anyone else? If it is your custom to rise for the Mourner's Kaddish on page 294, please do so. May all of their memories be for a blessing. Page 294. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemer Abba v'yalma divra chirutei v'yamlich malchutei b'chayechon uv'yomechon uv'chayei dechol Beit Yisrael b'gala v'zman kariv v'imru Amen. Yehi shemer Abba mevorach le'olam u'lamei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yitalev v'yitalal shemei d'kudesha b'rechu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata. Tushbechata v'nechemata. Damiran b'yalma v'imru amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya. V'chayim aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav. Hu yaseh shalom. Aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael. V'imru amen. May the one who creates harmony on high bring peace to us and to all Israel. And let us say, amen. Please be seated.
The announcement is enjoy what's left of the summer with all your might.
Torah study at 9:15.
Yes, Torah study at 9:15. Shabbat services with a beautiful naming at 10:30. Want to thank our bakers, Linda Diamond, Sandy Gretsch, Donna Ganser, Martha Hirsch, Ronit Pearl, and Roberta Lulav. And thank you, Shai. Such a joy. So good to have you back. It's not the same without you. Anything I forgot? Keep me honest, people. Okay, so the words are Olam, Chesed, Yibaneh.
Yibaneh.
And so Olam is
The world.
Also eternity. Interesting. Chesed, we talked about it.
Loving
kindness. Not that you think, but that you do. Even when you're not sure what's coming back to you. And Yibaneh, so it's in the future tense. He will build, it's from the Psalms. God will build this world. But God's waiting for us. Olam Chesed. Olam Chesed Yibaneh. Ya la la, ya la, ya la la la.
Let us hear your voices.
Olam Chesed Yibaneh. Ya la la, ya la, ya la la.
Why don't we stand? Let's stand. Let's stand.
Olam Chesed Yibaneh. Ya la la, ya la, ya la la la. Olam Chesed Yibaneh. Ya la la, la la, ya la la la. I will build this world from love. I will build this world from love. Ya la la, ya la, la 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 la. And you too. You will build this world from love. Ya la la, ya la, ya la la la. And if we build this world from love, ya la la, ya la, ya la la la, then God will build this world from love. Ya la la, ya la, ya la la la. Olam Chesed Yibaneh. Ya la la, ya la, ya la la la. Olam Chesed chesed yibane. Ya la la, ya la, ya la la la.
Shabbat shalom. Kiddush downstairs.
Kiddush
and Motzi.
downstairs, Kiddush and Motzi.
La, la,